Yeah.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
I mean, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
But I didn't have discipline. Mike Tyson would punch the shit out of me, dude. This video is the first episode of a 5-episode series about self-transcendence, and I'll basically teach you how to be disciplined right here on YouTube. Now let me first explain with this episode what self-transcendence actually is. Well, we can start by first explaining my daily schedule. My daily schedule when I was 18 years old. See, I was supposed to go to university and be in Spain, so I started studying Spanish. And the idea was that I would have a gap year in which all year I would study Spanish, I would take my exam, and maybe I would work a job, and then I'd go to university with some money and a successful degree. I'd be able to qualify for the university. And so here is my schedule, right? Wake up at 6 a.m., do 2 to 3 hours of study, then 1 hour and a half I would work out, shower, and then eat my breakfast. Then I would do 2 to 3 more hours studying. Then I would go at lunch and have lunch with my family. Then I would do 2 to 3 more hours studying. Then at night I would eat some dinner, and then I would go out with friends and I would socialize. I would really get out there, fix my social anxiety, be confident. This was the schedule, but only in my dreams. It also just on paper. That's the only place where the schedule actually happened. In reality, what happened was I would wake up at 10 a.m. I would eat breakfast and watch YouTube videos first thing in the morning. I would keep watching YouTube videos for 2 to 3 hours. Then I would start playing CSGO. Then I would start feeling really guilty that I'm not studying and I'm not achieving what I want. And then when I was feeling this way, I decided to study, but not before I first had my lunch. So I would eat some hamburgers, something unhealthy while I was watching YouTube videos once again. And then if I was lucky, I'd actually muster up the bare minimum discipline to actually study for 1 to 2 hours. And then I would go back to being a pussy. And what I would do is, instead of going out at night and socializing and fixing my social anxiety once and for all, what I did was I just stayed in my room and I fapped and I watched movies, and that's how I coped with loneliness. That's how I replaced my social life. And then at midnight, I would finally go to sleep, feeling guilty about myself, feeling sorry about myself, feeling sorry that I was wasting my life, but pretty much knowing that the next day I'm gonna do the same shit once again. This was my life at 18. And I did end up taking the exam. I did end up taking the Spanish exam. God damn it. But only because I'm smart. And I managed to do it in 1 to 2 hours of studying. Only because of that. I got lucky. Maybe the exam was easy. I don't know. But let me show you my journals. Because, bro, I've been struggling with discipline for years. I've been struggling with bad habits for years. And I've recorded a lot of it in my journals over the past years. So maybe I can go back here, and just read, immediately. The 1st of October 2022, back to zero, relapsed on porn yesterday, but I also deleted music playlists. A bad pleasure indeed, I have to let it go. So immediately opening the first page, procrastination, immediately. Let me just go through more pages where I actually wrote down stuff. Yesterday I failed. It started with me eating bad food and sitting to rest after work. Will my mind not understand that this is unacceptable? So more failing, let's see. I wouldn't consider yesterday a perfect day for 2 reasons. The first, I succumbed to hunger and I ate chocolate candy, and then the second, I wasted like 2+ hours being lazy. Yesterday I failed by spontaneously buying unhealthy chocolate foods and then eating them, and afterwards I watched porn. You get the image, right? I've been struggling with discipline for years. I was a pussy and I was not achieving any of my goals. I just set goals and I just procrastinated on them again and again, and I didn't know why it was happening. You know, I would swear to God that I want to achieve some goals. I would swear that this is what I want to do with my life, that I have to do this, even if I'm gonna fucking die, I have to achieve my goals. I would swear by my goals, and then the day would come and the work would come and my schedule would say do this. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. I would just fail my schedule over and over and over, and I wouldn't be disciplined. I wouldn't do anything about it. You know, I'd just be stuck in this cycle that honestly I thought something was wrong with me. And yes, it was. I was completely undisciplined. I lacked any discipline to my life, and of course I was gonna fail in everything I did. So what stopped me? What stops most people? What stops us when we set a goal and we want to achieve something, but then we don't do it? We sabotage ourselves. What the fuck happens there? You know, the goal isn't stopping us. Nobody else is stopping us. We stop ourselves. Why do we do this to ourselves? Well, it's basically because when you set a goal, your old identity, which is below the standard of the goal, tries to drag you down. So you try to reach your goal, but your old identity drags you back into your old habits, and you're undisciplined. You're afraid of your goal. So what you need to do is bring your character up to the level of the goal, and when this happens, you become disciplined, you start doing the work, and you achieve what you want. And this is what I call self-transcendence. Now, self-transcendence, according to Google, is the overcoming of the limits of the individual self and its desires in spiritual contemplation and realization. Well, my form of self-transcendence is something similar. It's not about anything spiritual or any religion or anything like that. It's basically about overcoming your old identity, your old character that is dragging you back. And when you overcome that, you become disciplined. You become the type of person who can do the work. When you do the work, obviously you achieve your goal. Now, how does this actually look in practice? Because I know it sounds very confusing. Well, let's say I want to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And what I first did when I wanted to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube is that I would tell myself I want 1,000 subscribers, and I would make maybe a little bit of a video and would post it, and then for 1 week I wouldn't do anything. I would be lazy as fuck. Most of the time I wouldn't be doing anything. And I didn't get to 1,000 subscribers. But then I self-transcended. So what I did is I used all these techniques that I'm gonna show you in the next 4 episodes of this series. I used all these techniques, and basically I self-transcended. When I self-transcended, when I changed my character, I started doing my work consistently every day. And then I got to 1,000 subscribers. I overcame the discomfort of doing the work by changing myself, by self-transcending. And when I overcame that discomfort, I eventually achieved my goals. So this is how you do self-transcendence. This is what self-transcendence is. It's the only place on YouTube, this channel, and my community on Skool is the only place where anybody speaks about self-transcendence. And the reason for this is because I checked out all the productivity advice. I checked out all the classic David Goggins discipline advice. I did all that stuff. None of it worked for me. I kept betraying myself. And so I had to search far and wide to find something that actually works. And basically I came up with self-transcendence. And this is what finally worked for me, finally solved my imposter syndrome, finally solved my bad habits, finally stopped my undiscipline and procrastination, finally true self-transcendence. So if you want a community of like-minded individuals who pursue self-transcendence and who are disciplined, if you want to learn that, join my community, it's free. Now also, I live a life where I just wake up every day and I'm happy with myself. You know, I'm working on my goals, I'm being disciplined every day. I can say today when I go to bed, you know what, I've made a shit ton of progress. I've actually made some progress. I've actually done my habits today. I can say that. and I can go to bed proud. But I know the other feeling. I know the other feeling of going to bed knowing that you've wasted another day. It's the worst feeling in the world. So if you want to stop wasting your potential, if you want to be disciplined, stay tuned. Watch the next 4 episodes. I really believe they can change your life. And join my community if you want personal help from me, if you want extra content. So thank you for watching this video. Look forward to the next self-transcendence episode. Bye.